Sunday, June 10, 2012. This is Mercedes Diesel Guy, and this is my 1991 Volkswagen Vanagon. Got to work late. Got to work late this afternoon, and I've done a couple of things already. I finished installing the engine tins. I finished setting up the belt drive, alternators installed, power steering pumps installed, and a whole bunch of the rest of the wiring. So what I'm actually going to do right now is I've pulled out the spark plugs. I'm going to hook up the battery, see if the engine turns over. And I think it will, because I am able to turn the engine by hand with my strap wrench. The reason I'm actually going to do this is because, if you remember on one of my videos months ago, I actually cleaned this engine, and I was a little worried that a little bit of water might have gotten into the engine, and I had no way of getting out until now. So if there's anything in there, by turning over the engine now without the spark plugs in it, and as you can see, I have pulled the spark plugs out, that should blow out any residual moisture that's in there, but obviously the engine is not locked up, so I'm going to take care of that. And then I'm going to button up a few more things and try to give the van a real start. So bear with me a couple of minutes here while I install the battery. Okay, well, the battery is hooked up, as confirmed by the dome light, which is on, and I also tried the radio. Now, the battery should be okay. I've actually kept the charge maintained over the winter, so let's see if this thing turns with the starter. Actually, I forgot one thing. I need to disconnect power to the fuel pump. Or at least I want to, because I think that's a pretty good idea. So give me a moment to do that. Okay, that should do it. Now I'm going to see if I can get it to turn over with the starter. Okay, I believe that worked. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough time to get it running today, but the engine did spin, so I'm going to put the fuel injection relay back in. Then I guess put in the new spark plugs, hook up the wires, distributor cap, air intake, boot, AFM, and then I'll put gas in it and see what happens. Well, I believe everything is now hooked up. I put almost a gallon of fresh coolant into the engine. Obviously, there's going to be some air bubbles that'll have to bleed out. Like I said, I think I have everything hooked up properly. Just put 5 gallons of fresh gas in the tank. So the only thing to do right now is to give it a try and see if it starts up. And obviously, I'm not going to run it for long. May run it for a few seconds, if even. Maybe just a hair longer, but mostly just want to see if it runs with the new engine. I mean, this is the culmination of months of work, so wish me luck. Okay, well, obviously no go on that. If I had to guess, I would say it's most likely I don't have the timing set up properly, vis-a-vis in reference to installation of the distributor, which I've never done before. Probably didn't do that correctly, so I don't know, I guess I'll have to do a little research and see what I can find out. So, wish me luck. Well, I took another look at the distributor, and I don't see, I took the cap off and used the crank pulley to line it up top dead center for cylinder 1, and the rotor was pointing where it should be, or at least I think it is. So put the cap back on. Maybe it's possible there's just some air in the fuel lines, so I may just crank it a few more tries and see if that's the problem, and see if maybe it kicks over. So, wish me luck. Taking a break here for a second. Each time I try it, it seems like it is trying to kick over, and unless I'm mistaken, it sounds closer each time I try it. So I don't know. Didn't mean to bump the camera there. Yeah, I mean, I would like to speculate, but I really just don't know what's going on here. And every time I speculate and say what I think is going on, I usually tend to be wrong. But may as well say anyway that I think right now it's just not quite getting fuel. I mean, the lines were pretty much bled dry when I had the intake manifold off, plus I had the gas tank drained. So there was some gas in the lines maybe, but probably not too much. So I don't know, I'm going to maybe give this a few more tries, see if maybe that's the case. It'll just blow the air out, and maybe it'll start for me. Well, new strategy. I'm actually going to spray some starting fluid in and see if that helps anything. Okay, I sprayed some starting fluid in the intake. Let's see if it'll start up. Okay, well this actually confirms my theory that it wasn't getting fuel, so I'm going to check a few things over. Starting fluid definitely got it to start. I don't know if it's still running starting fluid or if it's starting to get air through the lines now, but just going to check over a few more things. Might give it a few more tries, see if it starts and stays running, but this is a good sign. It means everything electrical's there, and it is a fuel supply issue, not necessarily a problem. like I said, it could still just be blowing air out of the lines and or, you know, 6-month-old stale gas. So, like I said, I might give this a few more tries and then call it a night, but it did start. That's the important thing. So, I'm going to get back in there, give it a few more tries. Well, I'm actually going to call it a night. It'll run off a starting fluid, won't start on its own. I'm guessing it's a fuel supply issue. Not sure if it's the fuel pump or just air still in the line, but I think that should have been out by now. So the fuel pump might have gone bad just by sitting, so I will do some more research and get back to this next week. Thanks for watching.